Let me check over on YouTube. Says we're live on the YouTubes. So, yeah. Good evening, ladies and germs, and welcome to another episode of This Week Unloaded. We are back on the air after not having internet last weekend. Yeah, last weekend was fun. Missed Gary's show 2 weeks ago, or past couple of weeks, I should say. 2 weeks ago, missed Gary's show because internet went out. And then last week, was in the process of getting ready to watch Foreign and Domestic over on the Crazy Scotsman's channel. And just as I'm typing hello to everybody in the YouTube chat, my internet blew up. So now there was no show last week, and that's why. And Kingpin was supposed to let everybody know. Apparently, he had Scotsman make an announcement, but not everybody was watching Crazy Scotsman shows. Shame on you, Mystic, for not doing so. Yes, I see you out there. But yeah, that's why there wasn't a show last week. So this weekend so far, haven't had hiccups with the internet. So everything's safe so far. I was able to be on Gary's show on Friday, and Ellis and I had a good show last night over on his channel talking about the wrestling stuff. Did a top 5 Ric Flair career matches list last night, so that was something that if you guys like wrestling, out there, go over there and check that out over on the Outlaw Hatfield's channel. You can watch that in replay. And so now back to this show. So far tonight, we got Jason Stewart with us. How are you tonight, Jason?
I'm doing good, Rich. Glad to be here with you.
Yeah, thanks for jumping in. And that's not shame on you because Kingpin didn't get you the message. Shame on you for not watching Crazy Scotsman last week, Stacy. That's what the shame is. You should have watched Crazy Scotsman. You didn't watch You weren't watching. See, that's bad girl. Bad shame. Hey, we got a latecomer. We got 2 Live Moo jumping in. How you tonight, Moo?
I'm jumping.
Moo.
How's my audio?
Sounds good. You're not clicking.
Oh, good. Not like last night? Night before? I don't know.
That was Gary's show? Gary's
It's
post.
kind of
Yeah, it was Gary's post chat where that was happening.
Kind of a cluster. Yeah, I was messing around with my microphone. It unplugged, plugged it back in.
Click, click, click.
Oh, oh hell. Went all to
hell.
Like
you had your turn signal on in the house, man.
I'm always turning right. Yeah.
Yeah, not there in the chat so far. Other than Jason, we've got Buck and Stacy. So both of them have links, by the way, but they're too good to jump in on the show. So,
well, figures.
Yeah, at least we have somebody out there watching.
Oh, shoot.
So, how's your week been, gentlemen?
Pretty good. Long work week. Had a lot of late meetings this week, and then house stuff. Normal crap. But yeah, survivable. How about you?
Not too bad. And I see somebody let the gun snob in out there on the YouTube chat. So, hello. Apparently, Stacy's got to dig her mic out. I guess Snob was burying bones or something and buried the microphone with it. Or maybe the beagle was burying bones and grabbed her mic and buried it. Snob says he heard you were going to be dancing, Moo.
Oh, I'm always dancing in my head.
Does that count, Snob? He said he's dancing in his head.
Shake it, don't break it.
If I shook it now, I'd still be shaking till Thursday.
You start to shake it, it just keeps going.
That's why I invented the wave, If he's not, I'm out.
Yeah. So I said, well, he said he's dancing in his head. Does that count?
Yeah, I just sat down. I was checking my email, and I'm like, oh, unloaded media. Click. Me and the wife just had some steak and some Brussels sprouts with bacon and Parmesan cheese.
And my wife made chili tonight, and I have yet to eat any of it.
The steaks were huge. I ordered them on that shipped order from grocery store. I ordered 2 packs of what were they? Center cut steaks.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, what were they? Chuck eye steak. And they're supposed to be like 2 in a package. And he sent me 2 packages of like, one was 1.7 pounds and the other steak was 1.5 pounds.
Yeah. We used to have this program called Angel Food back where we lived. One of the churches would do it, and you would they did it through the senior center, but it was actually through one of the churches. But they did it through the senior center because made it easier for the old people to get there because they could take the senior center bus to get there and didn't have to try to find alternate way of transportation. But you used to get some really good thick New York strip steaks that were individually vacuum sealed.
Mm-hmm.
Those were really good. Nice. The marbling was excellent in those things, man. But yeah, they were like 3/4 inch to inch thick New York strips. They were really good.
Yeah, I just bought that new immersion circulator, so I've been doing experiments with sous vide. I did 2 different chicken recipes, and then tonight was the steak. Turned out pretty damn good.
Yeah, you want to know what the price on those steaks was? You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Well, either it's going to be super expensive or super cheap. So I'm going to go with the super cheap. It's probably $2 a pound.
Yeah, a box of 6 you were paying $9.99.
Oh, Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Does it still have marks on it where the jockey was hitting it?
No, man, these things were the most tender steaks you'd ever want to have. I'm telling you, man, these were good quality steaks.
Yeah, man, I got screwed over by Kroger home delivery this week, or about a week and a half ago. First time I ever tried it, and I ordered $86 worth of groceries, right? And they delivered them and dropped them off, and there was nothing there, and they said they didn't have some of the stuff. So I go look and I lay everything out and count it out. It charged me $86, and I got just a little bit over $30 worth of stuff. And it took me about 2 hours on telephone, an hour each day, to get the money put back in my account. They said they didn't have the stuff. They were missing half the stuff. And then I ordered like 4 12-packs of Pepsi because they were on sale for that. And then I didn't even get the sales price on my pop. Man. No. So for like $30-some, they brought me 4 things of pop, like a package of chicken breasts, 2 cans of dog food, and like a pack of buns. $32, $33.
Yeah. I've had really good luck with Shipped. They always email you, hey, how was your experience, or whatever. And one thing was, I just had mentioned, like one thing was the wrong one, and this, that, and they just immediately refunded me the money without, it's not like I was bitching going, hey, you sent me the wrong shit. I want my money back. It's like, how was your experience? I'm like, oh, this is, the wrong one. And boom, it was right back in my account. They've done that a few times.
Yeah, real quick, we had Jefferson Martial Arts has joined up there in the YouTube chat as well. So good day to you. Good day to you, sir. Glad to see you out there. But getting back to the food topic, that Angel Food, man, they had the pre-battered, pre-breaded chicken breast, right? Mm-hmm. And they tasted just like the ones you would get at Chick-fil-A.
I still haven't been able to try Chick-fil-A because the line's been so damn long.
Yeah, there's
We tried again. We
Here's
should.
the thing
We
about
should.
Chick-fil-A, man. They'll have a long drive-through line, but they move so fast through their line. It's not like you're sitting in a McDonald's drive-through. You will get through that line pretty quick.
That's what I heard. And so it was my wife both times that we've tried to go. So she just texted me, is like, line's too long. So she probably just didn't want to.
Yeah.
So we ended up ordering Five Guys.
Yeah, honestly, man, no joke. Those Chick-fil-A drive-through lines, they're moving.
I heard they got their stuff together. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Man, I found some good chicken at a gas station, man. It's called Friendly's, like gas station. It's got a sign that says like Friendly's Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in there once or twice. I saw it. Man, they had like their food thing, like all they sell is like fried chicken and stuff. And I saw people all buying it. Well, I went there one day and bought some chicken tenders, and it was some of the best chicken I ever had. I mean, I know it sounds funny, it's from a gas station, but it's like a restaurant built inside a gas station.
I think we were talking about that before on your chat, weren't we, Rich? About
we were talking
some
about
gas station fried chicken.
Friendly's is what this place is. Yo, it's huge, nice, thick white meat chicken.
Yeah.
Just juicy. The breading was good. The whole thing about it was good. A little expensive, but definitely surprised. I thought it'd be like all breading and no meat. You know what I mean? No, it was good to go.
Yeah, if it's good, I'd pay extra. If it's good.
Yeah, Buck out there saying it's probably because they only sell chicken.
My dad.
Chicken and unleaded. That's all they sell.
Right. My dad lives up in the middle of nowhere, and there's a gas station, kind of I don't know if you want to call it a restaurant, but they've got breakfast sandwiches in the morning and a deli, and but they do the roasted fried chicken, and it's good. The chicken is really good.
Oh, talking about the gas station food and drive-thru, I just remembered Snob was complaining because McDonald's in Oklahoma doesn't have the breakfast steak, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich anymore.
Oh,
the
yeah.
The ones here still do. I was just going through McDonald's drive-thru the other morning, and they had it on the menu.
Those things are filling, man. That bagel, and you gotta detach your jaw to get a bite on the damn thing.
Yeah, we order extra breakfast sauce, or sometimes they put it on, sometimes they don't. Around here, you got to ask for extra, or they get real chintzy with you.
I don't know if they have the Sheetz gas station chain in your guys' areas, but man, I'll tell you what, if you want a breakfast bagel sandwich, Sheetz is hard to beat, man. And they will put whatever you want on it. It's made to order stuff. You got the little video screen that you go in there and you can put whatever you want on it.
We don't have any Sheetz, but the gas prices went to Sheetz pretty quick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yes,
I think we're at 232. I think I just noticed tonight.
Yeah, they're going to go up.
Yeah, it went up about 35 cents here.
He put 75,000 people out of work and raised the gas prices all at the same time.
Yeah, we were under $2 for the longest time, and now it's 232 or 239 or something like that.
Not long ago, we were getting gas here for 96 cents, 98 cents. Ooh. It's been staying around $1.10, $1.20. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I mean, for a long time. I mean, for the last, like all winter, it's been like that.
$3 a gallon for Nighthawk. Well, that's what you get for running a premium car.
Nothing like the smell of high octane.
I remember when I had my motorcycle, I used to put a can of
burnout blueberry.
It was
I used to put that stuff in my gas too.
It was 104 plus. It was called as a red can, and I don't think it did anything.
Oh, I was talking about. I used to put the additives in there. It made it smell good. I used to get this one that was called Burnout Blueberry. They had several different flavors, but yeah, it actually like as they say, upper valve lubricant and all that, good for your engine. But yeah, you can smell your exhaust, man. It's got a like people do a vape and you can smell it. It kind of comes out smelling like that.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you're at the drag strip and people were using alcohol fueled cars, and they go down the drag strip and it smells like a distillery or a brewery.
Oh, I love this. Every smell there is from the drag strip, man.
Oh, the methanol dragsters, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, there was a guy that had a street legal car that ran on alcohol. Man, you could smell him coming.
You ever been to a drag race?
Oh, it's that guy with this Chevelle.
One of the times when I was at the track, it was just for exhibition. They weren't exactly trying to race each other because the same guy owned both cars. They had two jet engine cars. You ever seen those things get all warmed up and do a show and popping them? Popping the
pop
motor
just
on it.
Just thumps your chest.
Oh, yeah, it blows on because this was at Norwalk and there's at the end of the track where you start at, where your burnout pit is, there's a great big giant wall. You know what I mean? Because they don't want people from the outside getting a free watch, and they don't want, stuff coming off the tires hitting anybody. So there's a giant wall. Man, you get two of those jet cars out there popping their fuel against that wall. It's crazy, man. It's one of the loudest things you ever heard.
I used to work security at our local when we used to have the air shows going on at the airport, and they would do like an exhibition thing in the middle of the show. And one year they had that jet powered Shockwave semi truck that would race an airplane, and it had 3 jet engines on it. And he would it'd be like just like a high one of those top fuel dragsters. It would do like 300.25 miles, and he'd sit out there, of course, for like 10 minutes and popping them and smoke and pop and smoke and stuff like that. But that was a lot of fun. One of my friends, she was working the place too, and she got to ride in that semi. And she had to go they took like an hour. She had to have her own like flame suit fitted to her. They have a bunch in the trailer and wear a helmet and talk about, if this happens, you got to do this. If this happens, get the hell out. And if this happened,
Yeah, that's what it was.
But
like
she said it was crazy.
Yeah, in 8th grade, when I was in 8th grade, we went on a tour of the Air National Guard base that's outside Pittsburgh. This is back when before they were turned into a mobile air command, and where they were still under attack. And they had the old A6 jet attack aircraft, right? And we were given the opportunity, our parents had to sign permission slip and everything, for us to be able to do it, where we could go up in one of the trainers. And we had to go through an hour physical, before we were allowed to get on those planes, because the pressure that they could put on your heart and stuff. They had to run your blood pressure checks, and they would have you get on a treadmill and walk for a little bit, and then check your blood pressure, and all that good stuff before you were allowed to get strapped into the passenger seat on one of those. But I tell you what, if you get a chance ever to do that, it beats the hell out of any goddamn roller coaster.
I bet. Yeah, watch those, celebrities or, newscaster personalities do that, the F-18 Hornet ride along or whatever the hell it is, where they make them pass out.
Yeah, these ones were subsonic. They didn't go supersonic, but still, man, you were pulling some serious G's.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, growing up, my dad was a private pilot, and we'd have some fun, but nothing like I think I was talking about a little bit on a chat earlier this weekend was when I went to Alaska and flying with those bush pilots.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are crazy. They do some stuff that made me pucker big time.
Yeah, those 8.6s, man, they would hit around 600. Nothing like doing a barrel roll or a loop and whatnot at 600 miles an hour.
Yeah, I've never been inverted, thank God.
It's crazy. Yeah, and then as far as the Alaskan bush pilots, remember those are the pilots where they have the most aircraft wrecks every year. They just go disappearing up there. Now you know why.
Well, it's a sheer number. I mean, that's how they get around,
Yeah, I know. And
But coming in,
you got to be crazy to be a bush pilot up there. You really do.
well, coming in on a float plane, de Havilland Beaver, a 6-seater. He's coming in, we're landing on a river in front of the lodge, and he's coming in at we're 45 degrees, left wingtip down, and about a 30-degree slope going down at the same time. And that river is coming up quick. And he levels out at the last second, touches down perfect, and just cuts the engine and goes right up next to the dock. And it stops right next to the dock. Nobody's holding it like a boat. It's not holding it off or catching it or nothing. It's just right there, perfect.
Yeah. Well, he does it so many times. He knows exactly when to do all the cutoffs and everything.
And the pilots that we had up there, we had 3 different pilots, all younger than me. And just watching these kids fly these planes, man, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, you gotta be careful flying up there in Alaska. I mean, they've had Congress people going on tours of their district, which is pretty much the entire state. I think they have 2 Congress people from Alaska.
I think you gotta be careful when you're flying anyway, Rich.
Oh no, you really
Don't drink and fly.
No, you really got to be careful in Alaska. People, no joke, people routinely go missing in Alaska flying up there.
The flying's okay. It's the landing part that ain't so
It's
great.
the sudden stop.
Yeah, nobody, but they'll disappear without a trace up there. They'll send out search parties and they never find them. The Congress people that I was talking about when they were doing their tour of their districts, they never found their plane when it went down. They don't know what happened to it. It just boom, gone. Now I'm not saying
Bermuda Triangle
aliens or anything. I'm not Rob. Okay?
Bigfoot got it.
Yeah, Bigfoot.
Bigfoot threw a rock at it.
Bigfoot
reached up and spotted him out of the sky.
It was Bigfoot and his lazy potato chips.
He climbed up a tree like King Kong, reached out there and swatted it.
They were laughing so hard at Bigfoot sitting there eating his lazy potato chips that the pilot lost control and just went into the side of a mountain.
Yeah, our one pilot was pretty cool. We flew commercial into Anchorage, and then from Anchorage to King Salmon, we threw a little, like a 19-seater turboprop, and then we jump in the float plane to go out into the bush, right? And the pilot, we were only cruising at about 1,500 feet, and over tundra, and we're flying along, and everybody's kind of, just chit-chatting a little bit, and all of a sudden he just yanks the stick to one side, and we're like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I seen some elk over here. You guys got to see this." So he's flying down lower, looking at the wildlife and stuff, and he did it again with a bunch of bears that were out in a big old blueberry patch and stuff. And
well, see, no wonder the wildlife's pissed at people when you come across them. You guys stirring them all up with your airplanes.
Yeah, real quick.
Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
Real quick, Kingpin's out there in the chat instead of being in here. Yeah, I see how this goes. And then Bernie Sanchez is out there too now, and he said he's been in all kinds of planes, but the scariest thing was being in a helicopter. Oh, come on, dude! Helicopters are awesome to fly. If you've never been in a helicopter, man, they are awesome.
Never been. We're gonna do that when we went out to Las Vegas. We're gonna do a canyon tour, and we ended up renting Harleys instead.
I think Mystic's been in a helicopter before.
Yeah, my wife is afraid to fly, but she's had when she worked in the ER, she was pulled for helicopter duty, and she actually said she enjoyed that. She doesn't like flying, but she enjoyed doing the helicopter paramedic deal because working as a tech in the ER at the hospital she works at, if you're one of their techs, you get randomly assigned to do the helicopter duty with the state police.
I think what Jason was referring to is Mystic seeing Snob doing the helicopter in the bathroom.
Life flight. The flight of your life.
I think it's a combination of both. Because if I remember right, Stacy was saying that she had helicopter duty when she was an EMT. But yeah, you're both right.
Fright flight. 2021.
Fright flight.
Whoa, Budget says he's never flown before.
Hey, Budget. Good evening, buddy.
What's up?
Oh, flying on the big airlines, that's great, man. So much better than driving. It only takes a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
You sit there. The little stewardess is asking if you want something to eat or drink like every 5 minutes, man. Just like riding in a big old bus, man.
Here comes. Hey, look, guys! It's Kingpin and Rob.
We talk about Bigfoot squatting down planes, and next thing you know,
you talk about Bigfoot, and Rob shows up.
Hey! Heard you boys are having a party over here.
Yeah, did you bring the chip dip?
No, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's Rob. Vegetable dip.
I got the Italian dressing.
Yeah, my godfather, he had a Huey, a UH-1, and flew in that a few times. Man, the helicopters are cool as hell. They really are.
I was just reading Andrew
Helicopters are
Faulkner's
cool.
comment.
My father was trying to get his helicopter's license or whatever. He only had a few hours in, and he also got a standard or something license with a Cessna something 260 or 230. I'm not sure. And used to fly those as well.
Yeah, helicopters are a lot different experience flying one of those than an airplane.
Yeah, one of my coworkers' husbands was a helicopter pilot, and we were having beers one night, and he's like, "Yeah, you just don't. It's not like flying a plane where you just take your hands off the controls."
No, don't
It's like-
don't do that in a helicopter.
No, he's like picture balancing on like a pencil,
Uh-huh.
1 foot, and that's how it is to fly a helicopter.
Yeah.
Never flown one, but I'd have to kind of relate it similar to a bobcat. I know there's a difference, but you're using both hands, your both feet. Similar. Obviously, you're not going to crash to the ground if you screw up, but
Yeah,
You're doing it right.
Yeah, Bobcat's like driving a tank. There's nothing that's close to like a helicopter, because not only does that stick go left, right, front, back, it also turns, right? And then you also have to use your feet. See, what people don't realize is that on a helicopter, that's not a propeller. Those are your wings that are spinning. And those wings have pitch to them that where the wing itself will rotate. So not only is that thing spinning, but as your rotary wing is what is actually called, is spinning, they're also pitching back and forth depending on how you steer with that stick and your pedals and everything. They're crazy.
Well, it's a hell of a lot more similar than your car. I'm just saying.
No. if you're going to compare a bobcat, a bobcat's like a tank.
It's like an airboat.
Hey, Rob, a bobcat's just like a helicopter, man. Your point was valid.
No, it's nothing like it's
Yeah,
nothing
it
like
is. It totally is.
no.
His point was you got to use your hands and your feet. He wasn't
Well, you got to
talking
do that
about
with a car too.
No, you don't. You know, not. You got to use both your feet and both your hands when you're driving a bobcat. You only have to use one foot and one hand to drive a car.
Well, no, see, because with a helicopter, you can use just one hand. You don't have to have both hands on the stick.
Oh, the details, the details.
Can't you use an Xbox controller?
I don't recommend it.
I'm surprised you don't.
Yeah, ain't they got a PlayStation helicopter or something? Well, okay, well, how hard is it to fly a drone?
No, drone's just like an airplane.
Drone's just like a helicopter.
No.
Well,
Drones
a lot of
more
them have built-in stabilization and all that type of stuff
Mhm.
now with the drones because people suck, especially in their living room. So
That's what drone you're talking about. See, I'm thinking military drone. A military drone, like the
Oh, well, yeah, that is a
Oh, like the Predator.
airplane.
yeah,
Yeah.
Predator. Thank you.
Yeah, because we
a
spend
local
so
airplane.
much time flying Predator drones around.
The quadcopter.
Yeah, they
Only-
actually have small versions of that you can buy. So
How many
I'd get-
Hellfire missiles can that handle?
no, they don't put they don't put Hellfires on them because that would be illegal.
Well, I don't want one then.
I mean,
just seen a short the other day of a
now you might
of
be
a
able to get
jet.
I wonder if you could get a tax stamp, and but no, I think it's illegal for civilians to have aircraft with weapons on them.
Seen a short the other day of a RC jet.
A little while ago, didn't somebody have one of those helicopter things, the drones, and they put like a Glock on it or something, and they got arrested for it?
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know if that was fake or not. What were you going to say, Rob? Rob was talking about a RC jet.
An RC jet.
Oh yeah, just saying. I seen a short of one the other day where the guy was, supposedly good with him and stuff, and the guy got it up, man, and that thing was flying fast, and that was its one and only flight. It just toasted when he tried to land it. So I'm sure quite expensive. I think it was, I think he said $600 or something like that. So toasted in 2 minutes or something like that. So that's got to be an expensive hobby. Which, if you're talking about a smaller version of a Predator drone or something like that, like, good Lord, you must have a lot of money.
Predator drones, they're not jet, they're propeller driven, so that wouldn't be going anywhere near as fast as a jet propelled RC would. Can you imagine the goddamn radio controller you would have to have on a jet powered remote control radio controlled vehicle? Like if you have like a miniature jet engine on a aircraft, man, you would have to have one hell of a powerful transmitting controller for that thing, or otherwise you're going to be out of radio range so fast. I mean, you ever get a RC boat and get out of radio range on one of those? Can you imagine if you had a remote controlled jet and you had that happen?
You'd probably get dizzy as hell too, because you got to keep it in range, so you're just constantly running circles or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess if he got it, sure.
That's why when we used to fly remote controlled planes, I always like flying not the little one, but the trainer aircraft, because it was so slow. You could just sit up there. If you had a headwind, you could almost hover. It was just, then you just had longer time to play with it. Those the fast ones, they were, in my opinion, kind of a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
I'd agree. And price wise, I mean, you got to be real good especially landing something. I don't know how fast this thing was really moving, but it was moving. So trying to come down to a road with tires, an inch big. Good luck.
Now, Ozzy's got an interesting question out there. If you have sex on a plane but you're alone, are you still a member of the Mile High Club, or would it be the Half Mile Club? He's asking for a friend. I don't know. I don't know how you would categorize that one there, Ozzy.
I don't think it counts if you fly solo.
Nope.
Gary's out there giving us the score of the AFC Championship game. Kansas City 38, Buffalo 15, in case anybody's wondering. I know Kingpin doesn't care.
Is the quarterback playing for Buffalo or for Kansas City? Mahomes?
With that score, I would assume so.
I was wondering if he was going to play or not, man. 'Cause last week against Cleveland, man, he got like a concussion and shit. He tried to stand up and fell down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's been speculation all week whether he was going to play or not.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were going to let him play. They take that concussion shit serious nowadays in the NFL. I just didn't know if he was going to be able to play that soon or not.
Yeah, Gary says yes, he's playing. So Mahomes is playing.
Well, I'm glad he ain't hurt.
And Ozzy says he's playing too. So yeah, it's been confirmed that he is playing. Oh, now G23 says he's playing. So we know who's watching the football game right now.
Even if you don't like him, that guy is fun to watch, man. He's just one of them players that's fun to watch.
I wonder if any of them know who won the NFC Championship. Last I saw, Brady and the Patriots were winning, but I don't know if that held up. I don't know who won that game. Tampa or Green Bay. The Battle of the Bays.
Green Bay lost.
Did they?
Yeah, the score just popped up, I don't know, an hour ago or so, and it was like 27-31. Tampa. Wish I would have watched it now. It sounds like it's a close game.
You said the Packers lost.
That's what he said.
Tyler's that'll be.
Yeah, Tampa is going up against whoever wins tonight. Looks like it's going to be. Was it Kansas City?
If the score holds up, and there's only
Kansas City 38.
7:36 left. Kansas City is up by a lot.
Tampa and Kansas City.
23 points. So, yeah.
I wonder how the commercials are going to be for the Super Bowl this year, because, it's the only reason why we watch it.
God, I don't even care.
I don't care either. I just like watching the commercial.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They've been getting
pretty
pretty lame last couple of years.
I totally agree. I mean, years ago, like 10 years ago, that was like the shit,
Yeah, like you said, you waited for the Budweiser commercials and stuff.
Yeah. It's like a 10-minute commercial.
You want my prediction, or you just want to be disappointed afterwards?
Go for it.
You're going to be disappointed. It's going to be a SJW fest, big time.
Well, I'm going to visit my dad at the cabin, so I'm not even sure I'll remember what commercials were even on the next day.
Oh, they'll have like a Kia or a Hyundai or something. They'll show you like 10 times.
We have gay character commercials.
And there'll be a public service announcement about wearing a mask.
And instead of no, it's not going to be a gay cracker commercial. It's going to be a tranny cracker commercial. Ritz is going to one up themselves. During Christmas they had the gay cracker commercial. Now they're going to have the tranny cracker commercial.
Amen. A woman.
God.
Yeah, they want to gear all those kids up to be good little toys for them.
Oh yeah. What about person from Pennsylvania that Biden appointed to the health board or whatever it was. He appointed Pennsylvania's
Ridiculous.
Secretary of Health. That guy who thinks he's a woman. He had to one up Trump. I mean, remember when they were saying that Biden was pointing the first homosexual to his cabinet, and then they found out it was Trump, and that they were all mad because Trump actually did it first, because they weren't paying attention to the fact. So Biden had to one up Trump and appoint the first tranny.
Technically,
So
Trump didn't, because they refused to approve Rick Grinnell, so he was acting. Because the Democrats are so woke and open-minded, they refused to have a hearing on the gay guy.
Well, if you want to get technical, Trump still had the first gay appointee because he did appoint the first gay ambassador to a foreign country. And
Oh
that
yeah,
was
no,
approved.
I'm just talking about that's the argument that they're going to make is technically he wasn't because he never got confirmed. Well,
what happened to appointing a person that's right for the job? I mean, what's it matter what color or what you got downstairs? We want people that can do the job. And if you think you're one thing and acting as another, or whatever the case is, that could be a mental concern right there. So why the hell are they in charge of somebody health-wise? I don't get any of this.
Yeah.
And the percentage of the population that is that way is very slim, but it's on every damn TV show coming out now. Like it's
Oh yeah.
It's kind of getting ridiculous, and I got no problems with people. You do whatever the hell you want to do, but the whole world ain't like that. So stop trying to convince us it is.
I was thinking about going trans, man, and getting me a nice, comfy CEO job somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, have you guys noticed where like every TV show now has to have at least one gay character? There aren't that many gay people in the United States.
See a bunch of commercials with people wearing masks in the commercials.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I hate to see that, man. That's just further propaganda. In TV shows where they're filming them with people wearing masks, like not on the set, but like the actual show and everything. I'm sick of it, man. You got this feeling that the masks ain't never going to go away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my advice would be, look, the left isn't our enemy. The left is a joke, and they make things difficult for us. Our enemy are the people on our side who say, why do you care that this person pretends to be a woman now? That happens on our side. That's us. So the more people that recognize that is a man, no matter what he puts on his face, no matter what kind of long hair looks like, dress or no dress, if his name is no matter what, that person cut his wang off, that is a man. And until people stop trying to be woke and care what the left think and be open minded and da 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 and all this other kind of crap that libertarians always say that they are, nothing's gonna change. Jason, Rob, Moo, you guys are just gonna be, you guys are all Stone Age. Same thing that people have been saying to me for 20 years. You got to fight back against this kind of stuff, and the people you got to fight back against are the people on our side that are going to tell you, "What's the big deal? I mean, why do you care if Sally is John now? Because John is a boy's name, but I can get over that part. Sally's a woman. No matter what she does to her vagina, that's a woman. Period. We've accepted a bunch of that. That's why it's still here. You've got to stand up against it at all costs. Or I'm just by myself. I'll stand up against it at all costs. If it's going to cost me my job, if it's going to cost me my friends, whatever, I'm standing for what's right. A man is a man, a woman is a woman. Period.
Yeah,
There is no other way.
Yeah, Kingpin, you know my thoughts on that. We've talked about it before. I mean, I'm with you, brother. I mean,
I just don't. I don't. Other people that on the internet have different purposes for being on the internet. Some people make their career here, so I don't want to make it sound like I'm talking for everybody. I'm talking about what I do. These are my suggestions for you. Take them or leave them. It's up to you. So I don't want to implicate anybody else on my way of thinking.
Yeah, one of the biggest disservices the American Psychological Association did was taking transsexuals off the mental illness list.
I personally, I don't know, people do what the hell you want to do, but you shouldn't force me to recognize or identify whatever. If you look like a lady and I say, "Excuse me, miss," it shouldn't be a problem if you got a beard and you're a guy or whatever the case. Whatever, I don't know what to tell people, so I'm not a mind reader. I don't know what you feel like being today, whatever. So I usually refer to what you look like.
Yeah, I'm with
And
you.
honestly, I don't really care. I mean, if you want to dress up in your mom's clothing or something, that's on whatever. Just please keep your curtains closed, and don't try to force me to come over and dress up too, or whatever the case. Whatever the case. I don't care. But I do question it when people are kind of put in authority places like that, especially as a representative for the country in a sense, in the medical field or whatever, because it does make me question that something might be off. Not saying like they're crazy, they're disabled, they can't cross the street, but it's definitely a question. Like most companies, most other thing, they take very good care of who they choose as a spokesperson. So it just kind of rubs me funny, wrong.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, you know what the problem is they went to, they wanted equal treatment, equal rights, whatever you want to call it, whatever. They wanted to be treated just the same, regardless of their sexual preference. And that's what they got. And then they've gone beyond that now. Now they want special treatment. And they want the job, and they get the job now just because of their sexual preference. Now, how did the companies even have the ability to ask you that in an application? How does that have anything to do with you being qualified for a job? And now they got quotas where you got to have so many people. I mean, that's crazy, man. You should be happy that we just let you do what you want to do. Now you want special treatment.
Yeah, if you don't think that guy who thinks he's a woman being appointed to that wasn't an SJW brownie points with a super minority, as in an extreme minority of people, isn't what Biden did by putting that person in that position, you're nuts. That's exactly what happened. It's just, that's all he was doing. And to be honest with you, it's exactly what Tom Wolfe did in Pennsylvania too, just trying to appease a super minority of people.
Did you want to jump in there real quick, Mo?
Well, he's having mic issues, so he's trying to fix that right now.
We just recognized, and I'm sure everybody feels the same way. There's the transsexual, the guy who dresses like a girl that works at your local store, and pretty pleasant person, whatever. Okay, do you whatever? No big deal. The section of the store you work in is always clean, is always stocked. So who cares? You're doing a good job. If you ever walked into that store and somebody was harassing that person because of their life choices, you're not just going to. I'm not just going to stand there and allow it to happen. I'm going to stand and leave that person alone. Get out of here. If you don't like them, so what? Ignore them. I don't approve of any kind of mistreatment or abuse because of somebody's sexual preference or clothing style or anything like that. But I'm just talking about recognizing what's right and what's wrong. And men that dress like women, there's something wrong there. It's just something wrong there. Women that dress like men, there's something wrong there. And then the correlation from the people that push it, they want these women that look at the Biden, one of those executive orders. It's already been shown that when biological dudes go into female sports, they blow out every record that it could ever exist and would never, ever be touched by any woman ever. The one kid outran, he set like a 3-second world record or something like that in that high school race, kept 3 girls from getting scholarships. You know, one dude set a world deadlift record for women in his weight class, and he was joking. He even admitted afterwards. He was like, "Now I identify as a guy again," but he still got the identification as the woman's world record, which no woman could ever possibly get. In that way, it's not going to happen. So
That's bullshit.
that right there
Cheapens it up for all the women that have busted their ass putting in their time. Yeah,
The football player, they let that girl kick that ball, and it was the worst kick ever. No, any dude on the team, even the center, you know, the 350-pound, 7-foot tall guy could have kicked it better. But you notice there's no safeties, there's no quarterbacks, there's no defensive ends in college. You know, there's no females joining the NBA because LeBron James would destroy any woman that fell on the basketball court.
Yeah,
so why is it acceptable for a man to go in the women's NBA and dunk all over top of them, but no woman's ever going to come into the real NBA?
Yeah,
Not taken serious.
Yeah, that girl you're talking about that kicked that field goal, it's a good thing that they didn't return that ball because she neglected to do her job and stay on the field after her foot made contact with that ball. She ran off the side to the sideline. She didn't cover on the kick return.
99.9% of every single woman that's ever existed on this planet or ever will exist on this planet would probably die if they caught a pass coming across the middle and Ray Lewis was standing there in front of them.
Oh, hell yeah, man. You catch a pass coming across the middle and you're getting hit with a charging safety or a linebacker. Oh, you're done. You are absolutely done if you're a woman. Your body structure, your bone structure, your bone mass is not going to be able to withstand that hit.
Yeah, it's nothing personal. It's just the physics of it, man. It's nature. That's just wrong for a woman to be in football, because you got to think of these aren't just men over here. It's not like you or I. Any woman out there could take a full-on tackle from me, but we're not talking about getting tackled from me. We're talking about getting tackled by young men that are in the prime of their physical lives, guys that have lived in the gym for 10 years. You know what I mean? It's just such a mismatch that it's just actually dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, there's guys that catch a pass going over the middle, get hit by a linebacker or a safety, and don't get back up.
Yeah, I might survive getting hit by a car at 5 miles an hour, but you're not going to survive getting hit by a car doing 55 miles an hour.
I'd state in some cases. Now, again, this may be the exception or whatever, but I will state I have come across women that are more physically fit than the average man and would whoop the average man's ass. But they work harder than the average man, a lot harder. It's not a gym thing. It's a lifestyle thing.
Yeah. But
so there is some out there, but all in all, I think yes, men are just built a little bit more rugged in a sense physically. Yeah. But I hate to discount that small percentage of women out there that would probably whip all of our asses. Okay, so I just keep that in mind. It's rare, but they are there.
That's a trap, though. Sorry, bro.
Well, it's not, because I guarantee you, I know a woman that could whip your ass, bro.
Not all. It's hashtag not all. We're grown adults. We're grown adults, and we're all friends here. We shouldn't have to say hashtag not all. When I say that any woman on this planet would get her teeth knocked out by Roy Jones Jr., okay, there may be one woman that lives in Scandinavia somewhere that could beat Roy Jones. That's so evident. That's a trap that they want us to talk about. So we say things like hashtag not all. We understand that.
I don't hashtag not all anything. All right. I'm just putting it out there because I'm a father and I have daughters and I, got a mother. I respect women just as much as men. So I give credit where it's due. And for that small percentage, they deserve credit. Those ones that actually bust ass, that can drag you out like a man, they deserve credit because they worked for it. They worked harder than the man worked for it. So that I'm just giving credit. You can call me whatever you want, but I give it where it's due.
Here's the flaw in your logic, though. We're not talking about mixed martial arts fighters. We're talking about football players. We're talking about
Yeah, well,
boneless. We're not
just in
talking about
football,
muscles.
okay,
We're not
maybe
talking
football, but
muscle
I'm just
man.
putting in general because I'm never going to be labeled a woman hater. So I'm just putting it out there. If you
No,
guys want to hate me,
we're
hate.
not woman hating. We're stating a simple fact. The woman's bone structure is not made to be taking the kinds of hits that they would take
Correct.
playing football.
And who's going to label you a woman hater? Some radical leftist that hates you anyway. None of us would ever do that to you. Nobody with any common sense, especially here in this group of your friends, would think, oh, Rob didn't say that that one person that ever existed that one time and did that one thing doesn't get credit. Only radicals that are irrational and unreasonable would say that to you. And when they say that to you, you say, screw you.
Gunpowders want to know who No is. Yeah, that's Rob. That's Rob D, New York Outcast.
Rob, does your old lady know you're a hater of women?
I think, oh man, everybody's just like outing you out there, Rob. To Gunpowder, I think she's fixing to give you a throat punch or something. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh no! Anybody out in the chat that doesn't know Rob, go check his stuff out. Rob is a stand-up dude, 100%.
Right here.
I kind of usually like a big woman myself. They usually take a punch.
I just spit all over my screen. That was hilarious.
No, I'm just
do.
kidding. Seriously, though, they do.
Know from experience, do you?
Oh, yeah.
Because we're stuck. The biggest thing is the mental game, and it's a lot of the stuff that, like, I always bring it up. Assault weapon. They snuck assault weapon in, and instead of everybody refusing to go that way, it became part of the lexicon. So now people just even us, even we say assault weapon, just out of habit, and that's how they got us. And that's what I'm trying to get people to see is the spiritual and mental game that they're attacking us on, and the propaganda that they're trying to pump into us with all these type of things. You got to recognize it.
Now, if I say assault weapon, like I just did, it's with air quotes because that's their terminology.
Fly assault.
Yeah. Now, an assault weapon is any weapon that's used to commit an assault. You can use a brick and you assault somebody with it, and that has now become an assault weapon because it was used in an assault.
Assault with a deadly ceramic.
Yeah. Assault with a deadly brick.
There we go. We knew it'd be something.
Mac and cheese and chocolate chip cookies.
Where's Rick?
Hell of a dinner.
Where's me?
Uh-oh, we lost.
Rick disconnected him.
Yeah, Rick got Rob's internet IP address. I'm like, nope.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
That's right.
No, it's not. Wrong button.
Are you back yet, Moo?
Well, if he's talking, he might have his mic muted.
Oh, he's muted now.
Yeah, but he wasn't. So I'm assuming Moo is still having microphone issues. He was fine when he first jumped in, and all of a sudden he just started echoing real bad. And now he's got like no sound, I guess.
Well, those udders are messy. There's a good chance he ruined the mic and just didn't realize it.
He said, "Please stand by."
Yeah.
An utter mess, huh, Rob?
Yep. Definitely.
What do you got with that macaroni and cheese, man? You ain't got no steak or chicken or nothing?
No.
No meat?
We're being lazy tonight. Honest to God, cookies, man. I ate like 5 already, and I'm just eating leftover mac and cheese, so we didn't have to cook anything else.
Hey,
But I'm happy with the mac and cheese, so.
Donkey
And
punch.
I kind of
Donkey
already
punch.
overdid it with the cookies.
Testing. Donkey punch.
Yeah, we hear you, Moo.
Hey! I'm back and I'm bad.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah, other Mike was an utter disaster.
Watch the squirts.
Moo's turning into that cow from that video with Snob as the crow.
Yep.
It was damn it, what movie was that was
Top secret.
no, that wasn't Top Secret.
You sure?
Maybe it was. Or was that Kung Pao?
Oh.
It was one of them. Anyway.
No, I think you're right. I don't know.
Mario's out there wanting us to hit the SAP button. He's wanting the show in Spanish. Can't help you there, Mario.
Yeah, this is the chamber. We're barely Appalachian.
The most I remember from Spanish when I took Spanish 1 and 2 in 7th and 8th grade is "Donde está la lechería?" In other words, where is the milk store? Other than that, brother, you're on your own.
Oh, I should learn that one. I just know cerveza. And la cabeza.
I know a little bit, not as much as I should. Growing up with somebody who spoke it, but I know when I'm getting cursed at, that's for sure.
Hey, Mario,
Some of the basics.
what you can do, brother, what you can do, Mario, hit the closed cap. I don't know if I got closed captioning turned on for this or not, but if you turn on closed captioning on YouTube, you might be able to bring that up in Spanish and go with YouTube's auto translator and have some fun with that.
I was going to say that's very accurate.
Oh man, YouTube's auto translator is hilarious. Watch some Japanese videos sometime and turn on the auto translator and just sit there and laugh your ass off. Trust me, you'll enjoy it.
Gunpowder. She flunked Spanish 3 times because she was sleeping a lot.
Okay, apparently Mario is asking Pedro, which if I remember right is Peter, where the library is. Hey, I remember that. I think I remember that one, right?
Donde está la Biblia? Pedro. Hey, vote for Pedro.
If I'm translating correctly. But he forgot to put the upside down question mark before Donde. Bad, Mario.
Bad.
As a native Spanish speaker, Mario, you should know this.
Man, my stepmom is from Mexico, and she's a Spanish school teacher, and both my little brothers are fluent in Spanish, and I can't speak a single word.
Pawn wars in Spanish. That would be funny.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the one Japanese New Japan video I watched that didn't have New Japan where they had translated it themselves in the subtitles. It was using YouTube subtitle. And it came out where once New Japan had their subtitle up on their channel, and I watched both of those, right? And the difference was ridiculous in it, but the YouTube translator was translating things like "I'm going to kick his ass" or something like that into "I'm going to eat his hamburger." Like, wait, what?
Same thing.
My helper at work was asking the Spanish guys how you say big asshole, because like I was being an asshole that day. She was trying to find out how to say big asshole, and they were just like kind of laughing, smiling at her, didn't really say anything. And I told her, "See, you don't know what that is?" I said, "That's Asshel del Grande."
Jace hole.
Yeah. I'm the angry gringo at work.
In Italian, it's farging ice hole.
Farking ice hole.
If you've ever seen Johnny Dangerously, you know what I'm talking about.
It's an 88 Magnum. It shoots through schools.
You shouldn't hang me on a hook. My father hung me on a hook.
My grandfather hung me on a hook once, Johnny. Once. And then he swings the door.
You shouldn't kick me in the balls. My sister kicked me in the balls once.
I'm standing here with my dork in my hand.
God damn it. Now I'm going to have to go back and watch that movie now.
That movie's freaking hilarious.
Do you know your last name's an adverb?
What about the video he shows his brother?
Oh, your testicles and you?
Yes.
What can't you say in front of your mama, huh?
Calling all callers. Johnny Dangerously and accomplices now driving. Oh, you're going to love this. A sedan covered in duckies and bunnies. Calling all cars. Meet me at O'Dooley's pub. I'm buying.
Thank God neither of you turned out like a stinking criminal like your father.
Oh,
where you been, Rich? You've missed like 2-3 shows lately, haven't you?
No, just one.
Just one?
Just one.
Huh.
Yeah, we had
Mom needs some new kidneys. $12,000 this week.
Last week. I explained all that at the top of the show, but somebody was over on Bald and Curious's show. So I mean,
oh, are you stalking me? I forgot you did a show anymore. I mean, it seemed like you quit.
This one show, and all of a sudden you're turning into freaking obnoxious and snob around here. I tell you what.
I remember when Snob used to do shows.
Pepperidge Farm, remember us? But getting back to Johnny Dangerously, what about the doctor? You know, it's like every time he went to see him, the price would go up, and it was always a multiple of $9.99.
Yeah. You remember Mom Needs New Kidneys? Today's special, $12,000.
Today only, Johnny. It was the doctor's fault that he went into crime in the beginning. To begin with, he had to pay for his mother's surgery. And Ray Walston's character, the newspaper guy, every time he got hit in the head, something else happened to him. You know?
Yeah, the truck would throw a whole stack of newspapers all hit it with it.
And the last time, it was like, I can hear again, and I can see. I can hear again, and I can see. But who am I? That is a funny movie. If you've never seen Johnny Dangerously, people, I think that was Michael Keaton's first big hit movie. This is the one that made Michael Keaton a star. It is absolutely hilarious.
Then did he do like Mr. Mom like right after that?
Yeah, it was right after that he did Mr. Mom.
I was quoting that the other day.
And then right after that was
Gung Ho. There's a good one.
We had a contractor come over and give an estimate on building out our pantry. And it was like 8 a.m. And his name is A.A. Ron. And I said, A.A. Ron, you want a beer? He goes, it's 8 a.m. I go, Scotch? He didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
But yeah, Johnny Dangerously is like the Airplane of gangster movies. Like if you like the old gangster movies from the 20s, I mean the 30s and 40s, where they, were basically set in the 20s. Johnny Dangerously is like the parody of those movies. And it's absolutely hilarious.
It's the first time I ever had to take that card back.
Knock on the door, opens the door. Al Capone's wife, hey Johnny, Al wants to know if he can borrow some bullets. No, Al can't borrow some bullets. Tell me that but he needs to go out. Well, tell Al he's just gonna have to stay home tonight. Slams the door.
Borrow a couple bullets. Man, a couple bullets goes for like $25 now.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, there's in jail, in prison, the Grapevine, and he comes up to him and goes, "That's not what he said." He goes, "Yeah, but I know the Grapevine."
Yeah.
He said what?
The guy.
They were playing in the Escape, and they were passing like the word on down, and it got to the end, like everybody changed it, and when it got to him sitting at the end of the table, they told him something. He's
Tony Seville and something are playing at the Savoy tonight, and Johnny's like, Maroney's going to kill my, or not Maroney, what the heck? Joe Pisco's character's name, is going to kill my brother at the Savoy Theater tonight, and the guy's like, that's not what I said, and he looks at him and says, no, but I know this Grapevine.
That's right.
The Kelly boys. Remember his mom was doing laundry for money, and every time you went over there was like even more and more sheets. There's like sheets hanging from the ceilings and the walls and stacked up everywhere.
Oh God, remember after the wedding, his mother walks up to his brother's wife and says, just so you know, honey, I go both ways. That is a funny movie.
Yes, sir. That is a Keaton classic right there.
Yeah, it's more fun when you talk about a movie I know.
Gung Ho's a good one. You ever seen Gung Ho? No more Twisted Sister, no more MTV.
No idea. Maybe that stuff gets overwritten probably years ago. So just like this last one I had to watch. So yeah, probably, but it's been overwritten, I'm sure.
Oh God, what was the one with Michael Keaton and Christopher Lloyd where they were mental patients?
The Dream Team.
Yes.
Oh man, remember the dude went into church? Who is that guy? He was on Everybody Loves Raymond. He was the dad. He was also the dude
Peter
got his door blowed off.
Yeah, Peter
He
Boyle.
was in there. Oh, that is one of the funniest scenes ever when he goes into that church and he's getting like he's getting all fired up about church and stuff, and he's like up there, starts taking off his clothes, and he's like, the Lord is going to give your soul a wake-up call. Shit. And he's like, pick up the phone, say Jesus, shit, and they end up throwing him out in the street.
Oh, man. A bunch of mental patients loose in, where were they? New York City, I think?
Yeah, they were on their way to the baseball game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to me, that just sounds like hopping on a city bus. If this is good stuff, just come to my area and hop on a bus. You'll be entertained all day.
That's another good old comedy. Hear No Evil, See No Evil with Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder.
My favorite one, Richard Pryor, Which Way Is Up? That was a good one.
Silver Streak, where Richard Pryor paints Gene Wilder with shoe shine and tells him to act black.
Yeah. He was like jiving when he was walking and shit. He was a terrible white guy. What the high five and shit.
He was doing the worst George Jefferson strut in the history.
Yes, he did.
Oh, man. What it is, what it was, what it looked like. Oh, man. That movie was funny as hell, too. Anytime you get Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor in a movie, you had gold right there.
Stir Crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of good parts in Stir Crazy.
The Prison Rodeo.
Grossberger.
Baldy Curious wants us to go back to talking about helicopters.
Well, he was saying he used to fly RC helicopters, and he was pretty damn good at it.
Yeah, he says helicopter pilots can't run a Bobcat, by the way, Rob.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me.
Right.
Band's got to know his limitations.
Mm-hmm.
Gets a little hairy when you're trying to drill holes on a hillside in the rain and everything's sliding and you got to drive at the same time you're drilling just to stay lined up. But I'm sure they can handle it.
Tough part's using that bucket like a dustpan to scrape the street.
Oh hell, they use they use a Bobcat here to plow the parking lot.
See some of those excavator drivers, man. They could butter a piece of bread. You know, they're just so precise. You see those ones where they like will pop a beer tab off the top of a bottle.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it where they pop all 5 off. Guy doing it. So yeah, like anything, you spend enough time with it. It's like they say they ban guns. I'm gonna start carrying hammers. So a hammer is like an extension of my body at this point in my life. So
I've been reading
old school.
I've been reading the chat, what's going on between Gunpowder Beauty and JMA out there. She was talking about her son is liking a girl and that he's in kindergarten, and JMA, it's like, if you give them the talk, and sadly, if you don't give your kids the talk by the time they get to kindergarten, it's too late. They're going to have their head full of all kinds of crazy shit.
Bunch of kindergarten sluts.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't know.
Look at the way
I
they're
don't think you need to be worried about boyfriend and girlfriend in kindergarten, personally. So.
What was that show that was out? Cuties.
Have you seen some of the books they're reading to kids in kindergarten these days? Good Lord.
They have books?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it don't make it.
Shades of Crayon.
I don't know.
I know why I have 2 mommies, and then there was another one, something about having 2 daddies and those other, and it wasn't because their parents got remarried. Or in some cases it might have been, but not in the way you think. It's crazy what they're filling these kindergarten kids' heads with nowadays.
The things you got to do to get a good job.
Hey, whatever it takes, right?
Good one, Kingpin. A blonde girl crashed her helicopter. The cops asked her what happened. She said she got cold, so she turned the fan off.
We got a chief. Is it Gary?
Yeah, it's Gary.
Got the Kansas City Chiefs.
It might be.
It's the Kansas chicken.
Yeah, there you go.
Man.
So what was the final?
I think it's 38-21.
Oh, they're coming back.
I saw you post.
It's over.
It's over.
Oh. Kansas City and Tampa Bay.
Can't believe we got to play them in Tampa. That sucks.
That's unfair.
I know. I don't think any team has ever hosted their own Super Bowl before.
Yeah, it's gonna be the first time.
We're gonna go there and embarrass the shit out of Tom Brady. There you go.
The home team
Be
in Tampa
warm.
Stadium.
They should make him play at Lambeau Field while it's snowing.
Is that Tropicana Stadium?
No, Raymond James, isn't it?
Whatever the heck they call it.
So is that the one near Clearwater?
That's in Tampa.
All right, no shit. Yeah, sorry.
It's by the bay. They've got this giant pirate ship set up in one end of the stadium. You see the bay behind it, and every time they score a touchdown, they fire cannons off of it.
They should have played it out in Las Vegas. Don't they have like the newest stadium, like multi-billion-dollar, $100 billion stadium or something?
Yeah, but their governor got them on full lockdown. Remember?
So exactly what bay are you seeing next to that stadium? Because it's right in the middle of Tampa.
Is it in the middle of it? I thought they had
It's a good mile away from the bay. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can see the water from there. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, I suppose if you're up high enough, sure.
If you were in a helicopter.
Yeah, whenever they
I only know because I've driven.
Whenever they show the camera shots, there's water behind it. Maybe
I've driven by that stadium many times because he used to have a friend that lived pretty close to there. So.
Maybe they got some kind of water feature behind there. They're obnoxious. They got a water feature.
You can't see the water if you're driving a Bobcat, but you can if you're on a helicopter.
Depending on the cloud cover and your height.
Actually, according to this map, it's about 3 miles from the bay.
Yeah, like I said, maybe it's got a water feature and it makes it look that. Because every time they show it on camera from a different camera angle, you see like what looks like water behind it. So maybe it's got a water feature.
It's like
I just want to add sports stuff.
It's like the
There's
set
no
of
motor.
TV.
No ladies jumping around in spandex, and it's not worth watching.
Yes, there is.
Still don't understand how you guys just envy a bunch of grown men that get overpaid to jog around in spandex and smack each other on the ass all day, and then just complain.
Rob,
they don't make enough.
Tampa Bay does have cheerleaders.
That's so. I mean, yeah, like they got that. What is it?
Cheerleaders. So
lingerie football league like that, I can understand you guys talking about or something, because at least it's an attractive female out there and some lingerie or something. But these damn guys, I mean, I swear a lot of you guys are just undercover, man.
Are you assuming my gender?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's a sexist. He's assuming genders.
No, I just think you're,
This from a man who calls himself a
I think
cow?
that $20 is a real thing with a lot of you people. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I'd do it for free.
Quit projecting, man. Quit projecting.
This year of COVID quarantine has affected all of our brains. Maybe not all, just me.
I've had a good time staying home with the lady. Yeah. Well, technically, I haven't had to stay home, but stayed home more normal in a sense.
Well, you probably spent like $1,000 a week on Gatorade.
No.
Well, you got to stay hydrated if you're staying home with the lady all the time.
Mm-hmm.
At least one of them's hydrated.
Well, if one is, the other one is too. Sort of.
I enjoyed the year of the COVID when we were under restrictions, man, because like the highways weren't busy with rush hour traffic anymore. It was pretty nice to drive around.
I hear that. I moved my son into his new apartment in Detroit in March. And when we traveled across the state, from the west side to the east side, there was like no traffic. I was going like 95 mile an hour. Didn't have to switch lanes once.
Yeah, it saved me about a half hour a day on the ride home, man. Just from a nice empty highway. It's like the highways used to be 25 years ago, man. You know what I mean? It was pretty nice.
That's back when you could drink and drive.
Once the gas gets up to $5 a gallon again, that's the way they're going to be all the time because nobody will be able to afford to drive anymore.
Yeah, no shit. I look for it to be at least $3 before too long. It's just going to go real quick.
See, Gary just hit on what
Get yourselves a little economy car instead of one of these trucks, or have both. Yeah.
Raise gas prices so high that everybody's going to be forced to quarantine whether they want to or not.
That's night and day difference between my car and truck. If I was down to my truck, I probably wouldn't do a lot of things that I do. And honestly, having a cheap car in a sense for running around groceries, things like that, it's almost like getting a raise. It's cheaper to have two vehicles than it is just to have the one when you can compare the gas mileage from what you get 3 times as much out of the car versus a truck. So
my full-size Chevy truck gets about 21, 22 miles of the gallon.
Yeah, you don't have to have a tiny car to get good gas mileage. My wife's Escape gets around 30, 31 miles per gallon.
Motorcycle gets even better than that.
Now you're talking.
Nah, motorcycle.
Some of them do.
It's hard to take the family places on a motorcycle, Gary.
They got to stay home.
That's right.
Just the way I like it.
But my little car gets 36.
Yeah, smaller cars are just cheaper all around. So, I mean, you can go with a midsize or SUV, but when you compare the cost of tires, the cost of brakes, the cost of rotors, just general engine maintenance, how much plugs cost. You need platinum plugs, don't you need, it's just cheaper. When one guy can go lift the engine out himself, it's cheaper.
The difference in the cost of tires when my wife had to have tires put on her Focus when she had that compared to this is negligible.
It just depends on what car and stuff you're talking about.
And what your taste in tires and whatnot is.
Parts are outrageous.
I just bought a set of tires for my car. It's going to cost me over $500.
Well, that does.
I got tires for mine. I think $300 with a warranty, and and I ordered those TireRack.com and had them put on. For my truck, I got all 4 for 10-ply tires, M&S for just under, or like 410, I think it was, mounted in balance.
Gary's out there roasting his tires off, doing brake torques all the time.
Yeah.
You got to shop around and look, but
yeah, where my wife takes the cars to get the tires done, it's like she's paid like $350 each time.
Yeah, Bold and Curious has got the idea. He said you get the best MPG when you walk. There's a lot of places we drive we wouldn't have to necessarily.
Yeah, around here, the only place you can walk to is Walmart. Everything else you got to drive to. Walmart's right down the street, but everything else is all the way on the other side of this the small city / large town that I live just outside of. So.
I could have walked to my gun store, but now they're moving it about 1.5 miles north of town, so I don't know if I want to walk that far.
Well, we're allowed to. I see them every day. You can have a street legal golf cart here. I know a lot of people have a golf cart driving around. Like if you're just going to run uptown or run to the grocery store or something, I see golf carts all the time.
It's not legal on the streets here.
Yeah, we can't hear either.
Yeah, a friend of mine's got one.
Some places in New York you can, but in certain areas.
You just basically got to have lights, and you got to get a license plate, but you got to get lights on it and a horn. But you got to have insurance on it, just like a car.
Yeah, you can do that here with a side-by-side.
Yeah, side-by-side. Got to have a windshield, DOT tires. It's basically a car by the time you get done. Seat belts.
Yeah, I mean they have street legal side-by-sides at all the shops that sell them around here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you can't take them on the highway, can you?
No.
As long as they can maintain a certain speed, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those EVs, they don't top out. I mean, they can't go 65, 70.
Oh, there are ones that can. Don't be
Oh, I
fooled.
know. One that we had one that looks like an egg running around here all the time. I don't know how fast that thing goes.
My boss has got
They
one
got buggies.
got turbochargers on it,
Mhm.
and it looks like it's doing 100 miles an hour when it's sitting still.
Yeah. Yeah, Great American, honest to God, the Great American Outdoor Show, they had one that was turbocharged, like what Jason was saying. It was a 4-door with what looked like a small pickup truck bed in the back of it that would hit up to 100. That the speedometer went up to 120 on it.
Yeah, my boss got one that's lightning fast, man. It's got the best of everything on it. Hell, it's got like $8,000 just in shocks.
To save 50
Yeah.
cents a gallon.
Yeah, just the
They
shock.
got buggies and stuff around here. People can ride on the road, but like T was saying, they're almost look similar to a car. But in some townships near the state trails, they call them, they run basically all the way up to Canada, snowmobile trails and whatnot. And some townships there don't care if you're driving a sled through town to, hit the gas station, grocery store, back to the hotel and up to the trail. Same thing with quads. But you have to have a plate, and you're only you can't be on major roads, they say, though you just drive down the shoulder through the grass right next to them because there's a trail right there. And you can pretty much drive around the town legally on an ATV or dirt bike or whatever, as long as you have a plate or a snowmobile.
Yeah. It's by county here in Michigan, where you can ride a side-by-side down the shoulder,
Yeah.
or whatever.
It's pretty fun stuff if you're into that stuff. I mean, especially if you go to a place where the whole town's cool with it. And, you got 5 sleds lined up at the pumps or quads or whatever, and everybody's going out. It's a good time.
And for those of you that don't know what a sled is, it's a snowmobile.
I was thinking about it. I never thought about it. It's legal to have the golf carts here, but I don't think it's legal to go uptown and start whacking golf balls, man. But I was thinking that'd be a good idea. Just play your way through.
Yeah. Just
Urban golf.
Guy.
Bounce them right off police station windows. Oh, sorry about that. Playing through. Go stick your head in through the broken window. You guys see my ball?
Most golf carts have a snowmobile engine in them. I don't know if
my buddy did that. He dropped an 800 cc snowmobile engine. That damn thing was like a death trap, man.
Yeah, well, a lot of them come with a snowmobile engine in a sense. Polaris supplies a lot of them. Trying to think of the other manufacturer, but that's how, if you let off the gas, the motor just stops in a sense because it's set up the same way as a sled. So
it's a triple clutch, yeah.
I got in trouble one time when I was working at a zoo because they had trouble because the thing smoked so bad, and it was a tram transport, they called it, the people with handicapped accessibility, things like that, or if somebody had an issue out on the trails, they'd use it, and the thing smoked horrible, burned through oil. So they asked me to, if I could fix it. So I rebuilt it, and then I got yelled at because it was too fast. Like, you hit the gas and it just goes, and it was too jerky and everything. And, it's like, well, I don't know. What do you want me to do? Beat the hell out of it and tear the rings up a little bit for you or what?
Damn you, Rob.
I can do. I was like, that's the first time somebody complained that, it had too much power. Like, shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
We didn't ask you to fix it good. We want just to fix it.
Right. Exactly. What you got to do.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was an awkward complaint. So.
Do you still have your motorcycles, Rob?
No, I kind of sold all my toys a few years. Well, now it's been maybe 5 years back or whatever. So, for an attorney for family court. So that was kind of a crappy deal, but yeah, priorities. So I got rid of my quad, my dirt bike, road bike. At the time, I was even going to put my truck up, but thank God I didn't. So
I think I miss out of my dirt bike, quad, and street bike. I think I miss my street bike the most.
I've been craving dirt bike. Like, I almost bought one like twice this last week. Like, I'm staring at it and I'm looking at Craigslist and I'm like, oh, I should go look at that.
Enduro or
no, I'm thinking like a 2-stroke 250.
oh yeah,
RM or I had an RM 125 that I liked, but I outgrew that in like 2 weeks. Blew the front shocks out. It was not good. I should have just got the 250, but
I think we talked about this before. I've been jonesing for a DR 400 or a Honda 450 or something on off road. But where I live now, it'd be 99% on road. Maybe a supermoto or something, But
I just want something to cut loose with, so on road probably wouldn't be ideal for me. Yeah, I'm not going to pull over for that ticket, so either I'm going to get away with it or die. So it's better just stay on the dirt, avoid the whole situation.
Guys try to get pulled over when they're on a dirt bike going down there. They're like, "See ya!" They just climb the next embankment up the side of the hill, go through the woods. Cops can't catch them.
Yeah, that was, what is it? Trying to think what they're called, Supermoto Sports or whatever, like a dirt bike but with road tires.
Yeah, sumo. Yeah,
yeah. I wouldn't mind one of those. I just don't have the money for one of those. I mean, I can go buy a used 250 or something, but
you can throw dirt bike tires on it.
Yeah, exactly. And I figured that'd be kind of fun on the road too, like a on and off. But I don't know. I really need to move, not buy toys. So.
Yeah, G23, the Street Triple, the Triumph Street Triple. I've looked at them. I was super close. That was right before I bought my FJR 1300. I wanted a windshield and bags, but that Street Triple is pretty sweet, man. I gotta agree with that. They rip.
Okay.
Alrighty.
You're ready then.
All right. Oh, looking at memories there, Rob.
Yeah, that was my last baby.
Gixxer 600?
Yeah. And that, man, I tore up a dude with a R1, which was shocking, because, it shouldn't be that way, but this weighs a bit more than that does. So he kept losing, coming off the ground on the back roads where I could just keep going. And dude got scared. He ended up selling his bike a couple weeks later. It was he was a friend of mine. Yeah, it was kind of a bad deal. I was disappointed because I used to borrow his bike. He had issues with his wife, and there's a whole story with that. But I was sad because he was, it was, to him it was too light, so he just didn't feel comfortable on it. So
I always wanted to buy the Gixxer 750 with the slipper clutch in it. Man, I was so close. But I'm married, so
Yeah. It's one of my RM there at 125, and that's me catching some air on a blaster. Not a lot of air, but
my little sister had a blaster. I had a blast on that thing.
Yeah, I love them, man. I had a great time. So mine was hot cams, sported out, bigger needles in the carb. I think it was 40 over.
Yeah, and that was a two-stroke 100 blaster. And then her husband at the time, he had the Warrior 450.
Okay. Yeah. Chew those things up. Those are fun. They're nice trail things, but you can't cold with a blaster with one of those. So Even the 400, 450s, none of them. I mean,
No,
you got an extra gear with the blaster too. The only downfall is you don't have reverse, so that's kind of shitty. But
yeah, the Warrior
I
had
pissed a lot of people off with that thing.
Yeah, the Warrior had the electric start and reverse. So it was a nice machine, for trail riding and stuff. But the blaster, I'd ride the blaster and he'd be on the 450. That'd be right on his ass the whole time. Little
Mud pies. Those are the good days.
Oh yeah.
Well, I hate to break up this bike party we got going on here now, but Midnight has sent his links out, so Pancakes is going to be going live shortly, so we're going to have to start wrapping this up, and we will start with Jason. You got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Good to see everybody. Thanks for the invite, and hope everybody have a good week. Stay warm.
Yeah, do your best, especially if you're in the Northeast. We're about to get hit with another winter storm, because they're calling for massive amounts of ice and snow here starting tomorrow morning, so that's going to be fun. All righty, and moving right along, we go to Two Live Moo. What about you, Moo? Anything you want to leave the people out there with?
Peace and love. Have a good week, everybody.
Party on, Garth.
Thanks for the invite, Rich.
Yep. What about you, Kingpin? You've been quiet past few minutes. Got anything you want to say now? I think Kingpin moved. Oh, no, there he is. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Everybody have a good night.
Alrighty. And go watch Kingpin's stuff, since he won't brag about his own stuff. Go over to Kingpin's channel, check his stuff out. Rob, what about you?
I'd just say thanks for having me. And if you check Kingpin stuff out, make sure you bring extra napkins.
Well, they got to be Burger King.
Us, folks.
Come on, they got to be Burger King napkins.
In your glove box.
Yeah, everybody, thanks for joining us. And thanks for having me. So take care.
Yeah. And last but not least, we got the latecomer, Gizzard Gary.
Yo.
Anything you want to leave the peoples with? Plug your show, any of that good stuff?
Oh, let's see. Foul Territory Friday nights, Early Bird Chat Sunday mornings, and Go Chiefs, repeat, beat Brady, all that good stuff. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, no problem. And with that, we will bid you all adieu, and have a good week. And again, if you're in the Northeast and you're about to get snowed in or buried under ice, make sure you got plenty of supplies and stuff in case your power goes out, because they are calling for power outages. So keep that in mind, folks, and we will see you next week.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Peck a pepperoni.
Well, Moo took off right away, and I didn't even stop the show yet.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, he can't wait to get out of here.
Live streaming has stopped.
When the cows come home.
I haven't even clicked stop on YouTube yet, so we're still live.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. But yeah, I'm hitting the button now. Yeah, I'm hitting the button now, so bye-bye, peoples.
Button, Rich hit the button.